Hi everyone. Just wanted to say today I am inspired by this post on Instagram from Zen Linnea. It's this one. And can you guys see that? Isn't that beautiful? I'm inspired by that post. I'm not going to do this exact thing, but I'm inspired by it. So I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to turn on my light. And I'm going to draw a circle in the middle of my page because that's where she started. Is this page a rectangle or a square? This is almost 5 inches by 4.5, so it's not a square. So I can still find the middle of the page though by making an X right in the middle. Still will be the middle of my page. Then I'm going to draw a circle because I want to be inspired by that circle, but I don't have a circle piece of paper. I should go get some circle pieces of paper so that when I feel inspired to do a circular page, that I actually have some circle. But that's okay. We'll just draw a circle. We can do that. And then I am inspired by that sort of wave-like structure coming outward and outward. Like that. Sort of a V shape. We're going to put something in the back. We're going to put something in the front. What I'm going to do, I don't know yet. Let's find a flower pattern in my Pinterest page. Let's go to my Pinterest. Go to my saved items. Do I have flowers? Here's flowers. Let's look in the flowers. Let's turn this off so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's look in my Pinterest flowers for something that inspires me. Let's do Trirota. Let's do a Trirota in here. No, let's do a Trirota here and do the, yeah, let's do it that way. We're going to do it backwards from what she did because that will help with the inspiration being different. So we're going to do a Trirota shape here. And one here. Here. Something like that. Right? Trying to remember how to make that pattern. Trirota. Let me search for Trirota and see if I can find. No, search. Triroda. No. Alrighty then. So we'll go back to, whoop. Oh, bother. Flowers. There it is. Trying to remember how it's done. Okay, I think I remember how it's done. All right. Wrong pen. I need the thinner one. Ooh, why didn't I put away that color? Put the color away. We're going to do like this. I think that's how it goes. If it's not, it's how I'm doing it now. Something like that. I don't think I've done that quite right, but it's not bad. So we're going to continue on with something in that general shape. Something along that line. Once you shade it, and it makes that flower petal-y thing that we're looking for. I think that's what we do. That's an easy one. Something like that. That looks right. Does that look right? That looks right. Awesome sauce. I'm getting it. You got to start at the edge, not in the middle. With this first petal. That helps to establish that shape. Something like that. And one more. Una más. And no, don't come at me with Spanish, because that's it. That's my one Spanish phrase. I don't do Spanish, and yes, I probably should, but I don't. It does get me in trouble at work, because there are so many customers who don't speak any English, and we don't communicate well in the least. I want to leave my pencil line. I don't want to erase that. Do I want it as a hard pencil line, though? That's my question. I'm not sure yet. Or a hard line. I am not sure yet. But back there, I think I like that idea of color and not color. And a little combination of things. So, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this. Get rid of all those lines. Back here, I'm going to do a gray. I like that Bales that they did. Let me see, do I have any of those old gray pens? These guys, do any of these work? They're really old, so they might not work. Let me test that. Does it draw? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's do that Bales, because I like the Bales that was on that that example. Let me just go across here, just gently. Something like that. just going to do these. Then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to test it first with this pen over here. I think I want to put a little wash of watercolor in there and just let it do its thing. This is not watercolor paper, so it's not going to do the same as if it was watercolor paper, but it should make an interesting effect anyway. We're going to give it a go. I don't want it overly saturated in color, however. So I may, instead of doing watercolors, I may take my watercolor pens, scribble them out on my palette, and then use that as my color here. Something like that. So now I've got a little bit of Bales in the background, a little Trirota in the front. That worked well. Need to shade. Where's my XP? I want that really dark in there. That. And then my other pencil. A little bit of shading in here. That overlaps that. Something like that. A little bit of shading on those. Oops. I didn't do these ones yet. You hear my brain rummaging around in its trunk there, trying to, back in the archives, trying to figure out what it wants to do for this particular one. I do. I hear it. I hear it rummaging around back there. Is it being is it doing well? I don't know. Making any sort of progress? I don't know. Haven't decided on what color scheme to do yet. Thinking blues and greens, but that's probably because I was influenced by that by that sample. So maybe I should do something different so that that isn't what's influencing me, so that I'm doing something different. Pinks and purples maybe? Maybe we'll do pinks and purples. And look how better those look once they're shaded than that. They look like a different, completely different tangle. Shading is beautiful. Don't be afraid to shade. You know what? You can always erase it if you don't like it. And if you want it darker, you can come back and put more pencil down and then blend again, and it comes out darker. To me, the darker the better, because you need some contrast. See, look at the difference between that and that. When I zoom you in, can you see the difference? There's a huge difference. Sometimes your line work looks kind of blah. You don't know what it is that's wrong. It's because you don't have enough contrast. And if you get some contrast, some shadows, some highlights. If you're working just black on white paper, then the shadows will probably be enough because there's a big enough contrast between the white paper and the shading and the dark pen. But sometimes there isn't, especially when I do it on a colored paper, and that's when I come in with my white pencil and give it an extra sharp bit of contrast, a little bit of highlights, and that just makes it pop. Our eyes love, absolutely love high contrast. Children love high contrast. We're hardwired for high contrast. It just gives us a good visual stimulation. So anytime you can put a deep shadow with a light light, we really like that. Look at that. That's so much better. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. So now I want to get out a little bit of, where's my out? Oh gosh, goodness sakes. Goodness sakes. Here's a brush that I use with watercolor. And a watercolor palette. There's this one. I've got a mess. My studio's a mess. And then, you know what I gotta do first before I do that? Is it just a regular piece of cardstock? Okay. Making sure it's not a piece of watercolor paper, because the pens will react differently on watercolor paper than they do on regular paper. I want to make sure is that I need some water. I need to make sure that that pen does not bleed with the water. Let me open up my water jug and pour a little bit of water in this cup. That will do. I won't need a lot of water, just a little bit. Get me a paper towel just in case I make a mess. Does that bleed? No, it does not. Awesome sauce. Does it look okay with color over it? Yes, it does. Okay, both of those things are a good thing. So what I'm going to do here, actually I think I should put a piece of paper towel underneath it just so I don't ruin my background. But I may still ruin my background, who knows. Okay, let's just use whatever colors we have out on this palette. And we're going to wet the paper. Right around my flowers. And we're going to just stick some color in there. It doesn't work like watercolor, which is okay. I knew it wouldn't. And if I'm careful to only put water where I want the color to go, then it shouldn't go where I don't want it to go. But then again, that is the rule for watercolor paper. Who knows what this is going to do? Can you guys see that? Not. I might need to get some more color. Wasn't planning on grabbing color. We'll grab a little more color. Be a little bit more colored over there. Something like that. Cool thing about watercolors, it kind of has a mind of its own. So you can guide it, but you really don't have 100% control over what it does. And you have to be okay with kind of letting things go if you work with watercolor. I need a little more yellow. bit much. That was a bit much. Let's water that down a bit more. We'll add a little more orange to that. Okay, that's better. It was a bit bright compared to everything else. Okay, well, let's let that dry. I think that came out pretty good. I'm happy with the result of that. Wipe down my brush, clean my brush off. Don't ever let your brushes sit in water. Very bad for your brush. We'll let that dry a bit. Should I blow dry it so it's finished for the end of this video? Yes, I probably should. So I'm going to warn you guys now, blow dryer is going to happen. So if you're on the headphones, turn them down. Be warned. Here comes blow dryer. Oh, I just noticed a spot. I just noticed a spot I didn't do. You guys didn't yell at me. Why weren't you yelling at me? I have a spot. Where's my pigment? Give me some pigment. Right over here. I didn't do this spot behind these flowers. Okay. Now that'll do. Good enough. Rinse that off. Clean my brush. Out. Okay. Drying. Happy with that result? I am. I am happy with that result. Alright, we're going to write this down. We did Trirota and Bales. I need to sign it. Alright, it will change color a little bit more over time as it dries, but I like it. What do you guys think? That's fun, and a combination of black and white and color. It's beautiful. That was fun to do. I may have to do more of this in the future. If you guys want that, let me know. Don't just give the thumbs up. I mean, do give the thumbs up, but don't just give the thumbs up. Put in the comments if this is something you want to see me do more of and experiment with colors and black and white on the same piece of artwork. I may have to cut up some watercolor paper and so I can do this properly. Yeah. You guys have a great day. I will see you on whatever the next video turns out to be. I'm rushing through June. I'm trying to get through July. Lots of stuff happening in June. Lots of stuff happening in July. I've got vacation at the beginning of June. I've got family coming down for Father's Day weekend that I just learned about yesterday. We have a wedding in August. There's just so much happening So yeah, I want to try to get some things done here and get ahead so that I can take days off, because you know, your girl needs a day off. All right, you guys go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place, one person at a time. I'm still not at 30,000 subscribers as of the date of recording this video. Once I get the 30,000 subscribers, I will put out a separate video for the giveaway with instructions on how to enter. I will not ever ask you for money. I will not ever, if there's a giveaway of my artwork, it fits in an envelope. I just have to put a stamp on it. It doesn't cost me anything. It cost me a few pennies, what 50 cents, 60 cents, whatever postage is now. I'm not going to ask you money. I do not message you on Telegram. I don't use Telegram. I do not message you on WhatsApp. I do not use WhatsApp. Anything in the description box of any of my videos, if it looks like me, and I'm asking you to contact me anywhere else besides in the public comment box on YouTube or the public comments on Facebook, then it's a scam. 100%. Just want to let you know. All right. I will see you guys on the next video. The only other place you'll get it, it would be with an email through the giveaway. But that's a separate thing altogether. I'll tell you about that later, if we ever get that far. Come on, you guys. Hit that button. I really feel like I want to put a little bit of highlights on these. I want to highlight them. I do. I want to highlight them. I'm not done. I want to put a little highlight, because I love my highlights, and this is not a white piece of paper. So you know what? We're just going to put some highlights because I want to. Something simple. Does it take long to do highlights? No, it doesn't. It just takes a moment. I feel like it wasn't finished. It's like going out and not having your shoes on or something. You're not done. You're not dressed yet. I would say without putting on your lipstick, but I don't wear lipstick. Without putting on your jewelry. I don't wear much of the way of jewelry. Same jewelry I have every day. So that's not a thing, but maybe without putting your shoes on. It's like not being quite finished. Better. Can you see it? I don't know. I can. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can get to that giveaway. Bye-bye.